Sergio Agüero. From the streets of Buenos Aires to becoming Argentina's greatest wonder kid. From Europa League nights in Spain to writing his name into Premier League history. This is the story of Sergio Kun Agüero. Buenos Aires, 1988. A boy is born into poverty. Sergio Agüero. His father works non-stop to provide for the family, while his mother protects Sergio and his sister from the harsh reality around them. But there's one escape: football. From the age of 5, little Sergio plays every day, barefoot in the streets, chasing a ball for hours. At home, he becomes obsessed with a Japanese cartoon called Kum Kum. He repeats the name so often that everyone starts calling him Kun. The birth of Sergio Kun Agüero. And people realize Kun is special. His father takes him from club to club until Independiente finally gives the young prodigy a chance. At just 10 years old, Kun signs his first contract. For his family, football was no longer just a game. It was hope. Kun is only 15 years old when he makes his debut for Independiente's first team. The youngest player in the Argentine league since Diego Maradona. 1 year later, he scores his first professional goal. And from that moment on, belief in the young striker begins to grow. At 17, Agüero becomes unstoppable. He scores 16 goals and plays almost every match. In Argentina, they start calling him a wonder kid. And Europe is watching. That summer, Atletico Madrid signs the 18-year-old talent for 22 million euros. Kun's first season in Spain is a learning year. He plays almost every match for Atletico Madrid, but scores only 7 goals. Still, the club keeps believing in the young Argentine. In the summer, Agüero joins Argentina for the Under-20s World Cup. 2 years earlier, he had won it alongside Lionel Messi. But this time, Messi isn't there. Still, Argentina has talent everywhere, with players like Angel Di Maria stepping up. And leading the front line is Sergio Agüero, in form of his life. Goal after goal, Argentina storms through the tournament. In the final, it is Agüero who delivers once again. Argentina are world champions. Kun finishes the tournament as top scorer and wins the Golden Ball as the competition's best player. And back in Spain, he only gets better. Now playing European football with Atletico, Atletico begins destroying defenses across La Liga and the UEFA Cup. By winter, he wins the Golden Boy Award. That season, Agüero scores 27 goals and provides 13 assists. In the summer, he joins Argentina's Olympic squad. And once again, he reunites with a young Lionel Messi. With 2 future stars leading the team, Argentina enters the tournament as favorites. And they do not disappoint. Agüero shines throughout the competition. In the semi-final, he scores twice and provides an assist in a dominant 3-0 victory. Days later, Argentina wins Olympic gold. Europe is no longer watching a talent. They are watching a superstar being born. In his 4th season in Spain, Agüero finally reaches Europe's biggest stage, the Champions League. But Atletico's campaign doesn't go as planned. After finishing 3rd in the group stage, they fall into the Europa League. A step down from Europe's elite, but the perfect stage for Kun to prove himself. And that is exactly what he does. Game after game, Agüero shows his quality. Goals, assists, big moments. Then comes the final. And on the biggest night of Atletico's season, Kun delivers once again. With 2 assists, he helped Atletico win the Europa League, the first major European trophy of his career. Sergio Agüero had arrived in Europe. That summer, Argentina knows enough. Sergio Agüero is ready for the biggest stage of all, the World Cup in South Africa. Still young, Kun fights for every minute he can get. There's no trophy for Argentina, but there's recognition. The world is starting to notice him. 1 year later, Agüero becomes a starter in the Copa America. But once again, Argentina falls short. His time with the national team will come. The final season in Madrid begins with silverware. In the UEFA Super Cup against Inter Milan, Agüero scores and assists, leading Atletico to victory. It will be the club's only trophy that season. But individually, Kun reaches another level. 27 goals, 7 assists. Sergio Agüero had outgrown Atletico Madrid. And in Manchester, an upcoming club is waiting. Agüero's first match for Manchester City lasts only 31 minutes. But that's more than enough. He scores twice and provides an assist in a dream debut at the Etihad. With stars like Dzeko, Balotelli and Tevez already in the squad, Kun isn't expected to become the main man immediately. But game after game, he proves himself. Not in his favorite striker position, but he is impossible to ignore. And then comes the moment that changes everything. The final day of the 2011-2012 Premier League season. Manchester City against Queen Park Rangers. With 2-2 on the scoreboard, Manchester United takes the title. Deep into stoppage time, City still needs a goal. Then Balotelli finds Agüero. One touch, one shot. Agüero! Manchester City are champions of England for the first time since 1968. In his very first season, Sergio Agüero writes himself into football history. And the trophies keep coming. The following season, City wins the Community Shield. 1 year later, they reclaim the Premier League and add the League Cup as well. But in Europe, there's still one obstacle standing in the way. Lionel Messi's Barcelona. Yet, that same Messi helps Agüero and Argentina reach the 2014 World Cup final. But once again, heartbreak follows. Germany wins the World Cup, and it doesn't end there. Argentina loses the Copa America finals in both 2015 and 16. Twice, Chile takes the trophy home. For Kun Agüero and Argentina, international glory still feels out of reach. The 2014-15 season proves one thing. Sergio Agüero is now Manchester City's main man. In the Champions League, he carries City's attack, including a stunning hat-trick against Bayern Munich. And in the Premier League, Kun becomes the league's top scorer. Maybe the best season in his career so far, but without trophies. The following season brings only one piece of silverware, the League Cup. For a club dreaming of dominating Europe, it simply isn't enough. Something has to change. So in the summer of 2016, Manchester City makes its biggest move yet. Pep Guardiola arrives, one of the greatest managers football has ever seen. His first season in Manchester ends without a trophy. But this is only the calm before the storm, because the next season becomes legendary. Manchester City wins the Premier League with an astonishing 100 points, a record-breaking campaign. Agüero once again leading the attack, scoring 21 league goals as City dominates English football. And with the League Cup added as well, the trophies keep piling up. 1 year later, City becomes even more dominant. The Premier League, the FA Cup, the League Cup, the Community Shield. Manchester City wins it all. The final years of Agüero's Man City career becomes more difficult. Injuries arrive more often. Koen is getting older. But even then, he continues to deliver when City needs him most. More goals, more trophies, more history. And in 2021, he gets one final chance to complete the perfect ending. The Champions League final. Manchester City against Chelsea. But that dream slips away. City loses the final, and Agüero's last match for the club ends in heartbreak. Still, he leaves Manchester as a legend. Then comes one final mission with Argentina. For years, the Argentine generation had lived through hell. 3 lost finals, and after 2016, they were not even close. The 2018 World Cup ends in disappointment. The 2019 Copa America brings even more frustration. But in 2021, everything changes. Argentina reaches one more final, and this time, they win. Led by Lionel Messi, Argentina defeats Brazil to lift the Copa America trophy. At last, Sergio Agüero becomes an international champion. That summer, Koen decides to join Barcelona, finally reuniting with his close friend Lionel Messi. It feels like the perfect final chapter, but football can be cruel. Barcelona's financial problems force Messi to leave before the season even begins. And then things get even worse. During a match against Alaves, Agüero suddenly feels pain in his chest. At the hospital, they diagnosed heart problems, fatal for his career. After only 5 appearances for Barcelona, Sergio Agüero is forced to retire from football. No farewell season, no final comeback, just the end. Not the ending Sergio Agüero deserved, but his body had given everything it could. At 15 years old, he entered professional football as a prodigy. At 33, he left the game as a legend. 5 Premier League titles, countless goals, and moments football will never forget. The little boy from Buenos Aires achieved more than he ever could have imagined. Sergio Kun Agüero, a name written forever in football history.
I swear you'll never see anything like this ever again. So watch it, drink it